Okay, it looks like I'm live. Good morning, everybody. I am Chloe, and this is Rise and Right. I have no friends today. The cats are out wandering. I don't know. I say Chloe and friends on the little splash screen in case Sandy joins, which, like, obviously, like right now, she's not really joining anything anyway because new baby. But I feel like I do need to, you know, part of me says I need to start inviting people to this, but part of me is like, if I invite people to this, I'm not going to be able to keep those break times under 10 minutes, keep them in that ballpark of 5 minutes as I usually do. So maybe it's for the best that like my friends are imaginary or cats. um, so we got some people here already. That is exciting. We have Rose here. Rose has coffee and a planner. I just finished my first cup of coffee for the day, and I am a 2 coffee person. So I will be doing that in our first sprint. I did sleep in this morning, so running a little bit behind. And we've got Nina here this morning. Good morning. And Greg is here. Hello. And Courtney is here. Good morning, Courtney. Courtney has no coffee, trying to give it up for a while and only just now getting over the withdrawal headaches. Yeah. I am like a sleepy person in general. If you guys have noticed that I yawn all day long, I'm tired all day. Or I yawn all day. I don't know. It's weird. But I'm very much like a wave person. So I don't think I could give up coffee. Like that's the one thing that I feel like I'm stuck with forever. And we've got Melanie here. Awesome. Good morning, Melanie. Good start today. So Greg is doing research and editing. I am writing today. I will be working on the Demon Romance novella. So hopefully I will get out of that rut. Like I did well yesterday. I almost hit 4,000. I'd like to be doing at least 4,000 a day. So I'm getting better. But the story is still like it's in the beginning, and that's always a rut for me. So I'm telling myself that like I just got to get through this beginning part, and I'm fine. And Nina just found an old project and decided to edit it. So that's what I will be doing during this stream. I actually have on my list of things to do this month, going back to an old project that is like 3/4 of the way done. And I'm excited to go back to it. So yeah, I like that feeling of every once in a while going back to an old project. Melanie just rolled out of bed about a half hour ago, got a cup of coffee. You'll be working on your 2021 quarter 1 plans today. I am not nearly fancy enough to use terms like Q1. And Devin is here. Good morning, Devin. Melanie is planning on writing later after you wake up a bit. I'm about 600 words under my total word count from November. Oh, that's not bad. So I want to beat that because I'm a competitor with myself. I am the exact same way. But I don't allow like what I do in November bog me down later because of course November I have that like hard goal. Last November I wrote 100,000, and that's not going to happen again until next November. So everybody is all excited about their coffee, except for Courtney. I'm sorry, I should stop saying that word. But and Melanie didn't participate in Nano, so you don't have that pressure. Yeah, no, don't. I mean, you can, but like, don't ever use the NaNoWriMo numbers to dictate life. So let's go ahead and do this first sprint, and I'm going to get myself one more happy drink. By that I mean coffee because I don't drink alcohol. I'm going to go get another coffee, maybe get a little bit of writing or at least review what I did yesterday. Hope you guys get a little bit of whatever done in the next 10 minutes. So good luck, everybody. Okay, we are back. Excuse me. I was fine until I hit that unmute button, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna choke myself. I did get a little bit of writing. I made myself a cup of coffee. I did a little bit of writing, so let me check that. Of course, I pulled up the Nano site this morning to do this count, and then I went somewhere else on that page before, instead of keeping it there. I don't know. I'm sorry. 83 words. Those moments where like technology gets the best of you. And Melanie wrote almost a full page of her 2020 reflection. I am going to be doing that tomorrow. Or like recap, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if I would use the term reflection for me. I'm not a reflective person. But I am going to write a blog post tomorrow about like what I did in 2020 and what I'm hoping to do in 2021. I feel like it's good to have some accountability. I won't get that far, but I know whatever I say in that I'm not going to get done, but that's okay. And Nina got everything set up to start editing. I support that. Also, I'm really excited to tell my roommate and his girlfriend that I did actually get an update on Shadow's eggnog. And it did come out well. Tonight, I'm going to do brioche round 2. And hopefully, like, we got new yeast for it. I talked with an actual baker friend. I feel confident that what went wrong last time will not go wrong this time. So I'm probably going to be streaming that on my Twitch and on my private account, or on my personal account. I'm Chloe Alice Balkin on YouTube sometime this evening. There was something else. So I've got 2 things. If you guys are looking for like, some ASMR or whatever stuff for this evening, I am going to be making that brioche. I'm also going to be making pear butter. Thank you, Devin, for posting that. We got a bunch of pears from my roommate's mother. It's not enough that I would usually go so far as to make pear butter with it, but stuff like pear butter, apple butter, it's apple butter but made with pears. It's all like super easy to make. It just takes a long time, but it's like a boiling long time. You're not actively doing anything. So I'm going to make those 2 things tonight. If y'all want to just like zone out on cooking and get some, have some background sound, whatever. But yeah, so I've attempted to make brio exactly once, and that was before Christmas. And it went disastrously because it didn't rise. So we didn't even bother baking it because we weren't sure how it was going to go. We were making it to make cranberry orange rolls, like cinnamon rolls, but cranberry orange instead. So we saved the mix for the middle. And I'm going to try to make that brioche again. But yeah, so I'm going to do writing this morning, probably like 2 to 4 today. I'm going to do some productivity and gaming stream on Twitch, maybe. But this evening, I will definitely be doing cooking Twitch and also cooking Twitter, but on Chloe Alice Balkin, because I don't want to flood this channel with a bunch of stuff that's not directly writer related. So that's my plan for today. And it looks like we are at about time. Oh, we're right at time. We're going to go for 20 the next time. Oh, Courtney took the dog out. I saw a dog. I was like, what is going on? Are we talking about hot dogs or not? And Melanie's doing some cooking. Oh, we have to do the flippin' greens and black eyed peas. I don't know what my plans are for tonight. I'm definitely going to be making that stuff. I don't know what it's going to be. It'll be tonight though. But yeah, we were going to make baked ziti for dinner tonight, but that's going to be really weird with collard greens and black eyed peas. So I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this sprint. We are going to sprint 420. That is the wrong button. There we go. I will see you guys at 10:42 on the East Coast. I have been talking this entire time with no sound. I noticed it just before I noticed Devin's message. So anyway, hello Petra and hello Helene. I got 461 words there. It's okay. It's okay. We do the best we can here. So yeah, I got 461. I feel good about that. I'm getting writing done. Who was it? Somebody mentioned, yes, Petra. Petra said, trying to get back into the flow after the holidays. I've been slacking off a bit when it comes to writing. I have been like that since my last book came out, and I know, which was on the 19th, right? Something like that. Which I know, like, I pushed myself really hard through November and up until the 19th. So like I shouldn't feel bad that I had to take like basically a week off from writing. But like I didn't want to take a week off from writing. So I ended up just wasting a whole bunch of time instead of accepting it as a vacation and enjoying myself or anything like that. Like I just like really got down on myself for not getting anything done. So but I'm going good now. And I'm gonna like do my best to remember next time. It also doesn't help that like I certainly had all of those plans that everybody else did. I feel like all of us made some sort of a plan for Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year back in like October when things were not so bad, that we all had to cancel. And I feel like that also like bogged me down. So, but I'm back and I'm getting a whole bunch of words in and I'm feeling better and I'm feeling like I can get back on track now. And I don't think I was like losing my stride. I think I just needed a vacation. And in retrospect, wish I had actually taken one. That's okay. So let's see. Anything else up here to go over? Oh, Rose Lynn. I like the idea. I've never thought to do like Italian stuffed peppers. I always do like Mexican stuffed peppers. I'm a cheater and I use like the Zatarans or whatever brand it happens to be, black beans and rice mix, usually, and then I just dump a whole bunch of like extra stuff into it. And that is how I make stuffed peppers. Super easy. I love them, but I'm a cheater on it. And then let's see. Still muted. That is me. Melanie, finish my reflection. Might do some arc reading next for Sarah Sutton. And her January release is so good. You know, I see Sarah Sutton occasionally, but I have no idea what she writes. You know, I've popped into streams with her definitely a few times, and I feel like I don't know what a lot of people write, but that's good. I'm glad to hear that she's good at what she does. Spence mostly sat here and stared into the abyss and made a shopping list. I need to do that at some point because we are doing an emergency Publix run. All three of us in the house just realized that we're all missing something. And I feel like if we don't make an actual list, we're going to end up missing even more. So yeah, ooh, I keep having all of these cooking ideas and now we're talking about it and it's making it worse. I make this, this beet and sweet potato tart. And now I'm thinking I should probably get some beets while I'm at Publix because normally we grocery shop at Aldi because we're cheap. And they don't have beets. So I'm gonna have to get some beets and have them on hand to do that tart. Shadow did some Spanish lessons. Got distracted because the kids were bird watching. I too have cats. And Courtney wrote 568. And kind of concerned with how the story is changing, but they're good changes. That's awesome. The problem with my story right now is that it's gotten way too serious and like sad. And I knew I needed to set up the fact that the characters are having like relationship issues, so that they can then like rebuild the relationship at the end. But now, like, that's all it is. Oh, YA contemporary romance. Okay. Um, I'm good with that. And yes, Publix. That is definitely a Southern thing. Oh, Ormond Beach. I love Ormond Beach. My parents live in Titusville, which is, or Cocoa Beach. They live in between Titusville and Cocoa Beach, which is on the opposite side of Daytona. But I know Ormond pretty well from that. And like, I know other people who live. Oh no, Shadow. I knew you meant actual kids, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, Ormond Beach is lovely. We were just at Smyrna Beach recently too. But yeah, I worked at Publix for years, so very much a Southern thing. We are all the way up in Virginia now, though. I have a friend who's like a high up manager. The like to get into like the higher up management at Publix these days, like store manager and on up from that, you pretty much have to move to like where we're expanding. So one of my friends just moved to Richmond to basically manage all of the bakeries in the Richmond area. That's what she does. She's like the bakery manager's manager. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our next sprint going. We are going to go for 20 minutes. Yes, Cocoa Beach is gorgeous. I love it. They are in Port St. John, and they are directly across the river. I know if you guys were watching my show back in late September, I was on Rocket Watch for a straight week and a half while I was there because they're directly across the river from Cape Canaveral. And it's amazing. And of course, I was there for a week and a half and there were no rockets, so that's okay. We're going to write for the next 20 minutes. It is 10:50. So that is going to take us to 11:10 on the East Coast. Good luck, everybody. I unmuted myself. Um, we are back. Hey Al, thanks for joining. I'm just gonna stretch. Don't mind me. Okay. Let me know how y'all did. I did some writing. Let's see here. I feel like I did some texting in the beginning of that as well. So I got 341, which is not amazing, but it's progress. I'm getting writing done. Baby steps, I guess, getting back to my regular pace. I'm also, so like I had that issue with the very beginning of this. Like I always have an issue with the first scene. I always biff the first scene. And then I had that issue with the fact that like what I was establishing is different from what I'm used to establishing. And now I'm onto a scene that's got like a whole bunch of pomp and circumstance in it. And I'm not good at writing that stuff. So I feel like I just like to get myself going again. I picked the worst project for it, but I also, with the other project that I could have been doing right now, the alien stuff, I really need to like go back. I don't want to go back and edit the first two books, but I think I need to get my bearings right, to keep going and to like get them where they need to be. Cause I feel like I'm probably gonna have to change a bit in those. And that's just gonna have like a domino effect on the entire series. So this is what I picked, and that's okay. Let's see what everybody else is doing. Okay, so Helena is currently editing her novel and was able to get 3 pages in. That's fantastic. I love hearing everybody doing edits. I'm not great at editing during sprints, so I literally like I can just sit there and edit for hours. I don't use sprints to edit unless like I'm doing sprints anyways, of course. But I always like to hear that so many people are able to use these word sprints for edits. Because I feel like that makes them more versatile than what I can use them for. And Shadow wrote 44 words and is also doing revisions and adding to the chapter. Excellent. What was I going to say? I had something in my brain. That's okay. Gosh, I promise I'm not breaking. I'm just thinking, and thinking happens to put my eyes right there. And Petra is rereading the current chapter you're in to try to get back into the flow of the scene. Yes, I've had to do that many times. I'm not so bad at it anymore, but there are certainly those moments where I'm like, I can't do this without going back and reading it. So I get it. And Eileen's the exact opposite of me. It is bad at editing without those sprints. And I mean, I'm sure that comes down to just like what you're happiest doing. And for me, with writing, I'm happy outlining, even though like I've done almost no outlining for this story, but like I'm happy outlining and I'm happy editing and I'm less happy writing. So I guess it makes sense. I love editing, so I don't need a sprint. I can just sit here and do it because I'm editing. Whatever, it's just editing. I love this. I feel like this is absolutely that motivator to get you going and the stuff that you don't like to do. And Spence drafts really good with the sprints. Looking forward to being drafting again. Yes. Yeah, I have to have the sprints to draft. And I'm still like, I'm not getting the speed that I want, which of course we all write at a different speed. So please, if you hear my numbers and I'm complaining about my numbers and you're like, I'm not getting anything close to that, like don't don't think that you are not doing well. We just all have our own speed, and I happen to be a fairly quick writer. So I know that in a 20-minute sprint, I should be able to get 500 to 600 words. And if I'm getting 350, I'm like, I messed that entire thing up. But like, if you can't do that, don't, like, you're fine. Whatever you write at, you're fine. Like, try to get that consistency. And then let's see, Courtney wrote 458. Fantastic. Probably going to switch to reading. Your brain needs a break. Yes. You finished book 1 of the Candy for Demons series. That's my series, y'all. I might start book today. Woo! Book 2 today. Book 2, I'm going to just put it out there. Book 2, I was really worried about because it's got like a different vibe than book 1. But like everybody has really liked book 2. So I'm like, I'm excited when people get to book 2 because it does have that different vibe. And I loved it. I was like, everybody's going to hate this because it's so different from the first one, but I love it. So I'm doing it anyway. So yay, enjoy Eloise. She's actually who I'm writing about now. Don't worry, they'll have a happily ever after. They're just having a little bit of a rough patch in this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our next sprint. It looks like we will have, let's see, this is going to take us 11:17, so it's going to take us to 11:37. We're going to do a 20-minute, and then we'll probably do like a baby 10-minute sprint because I ran a little bit long on these breaks, but that's okay. Again, I have that goal to keep the breaks between 5 and 10 minutes, and that's where I've been the entire time. That just changes things. That's a big window in something like this. So we are going to write for the next 20 minutes. It is 18 past, so I will see you guys at 38 past. Okay, that is time. I did do some writing. I did get distracted. If any of you saw me look up at my television monitor with an extremely confused look on my face, I had gone to Twitch to check something. I don't even remember what I was checking now. It's okay. But I'd hopped onto Twitch to check something. And if you guys haven't been to Twitch before, like when you go there, there's automatically going to be something playing. And obviously it's usually a gaming stream because that's what most of Twitch is. But it was some weird, it was yoga, I guess. But like definitely like hippy dippy yoga, if that makes sense, as opposed to like, gym studio workout yoga. This was like 8 million lit candles and beaded curtains and crap. Like, and then like the scene jumped to, oh God, she's got her tongue hanging out right now. It's just real weird what's going on there. But like, I stared at it for a while, tried to figure out, and it's got 18,000 viewers. I'm like, what is going on here? It's a music festival, and I am assuming it's Abracadabra. It's Jaidev Singh's music festival that is, of course, virtual this year, like everything is. And this just happens to be, I guess they're doing some yoga programming. So it made sense once I saw like featuring John Legend and Major Lazer and Cascade. I'm like, oh, I'll have to tune into that when it gets to that point. But yeah, it was just a really funny thing. And everything looks very like making fun of the 70s. And I don't think that's deliberately what they're doing, but if you don't know what's going on, it has that vibe. So it was just like a real funny thing to pop in on there. Anyways, I did get some work done. I hope you guys did too. I will hop over to your screen in a second to see what everybody is doing. I got 320 there. I'm now over 1,000 for the day. I need 2,094 today to stay on goal. But as I've mentioned in previous shows, I need to beat the goal that I gave myself. So hopefully I can get like 4,000 today. If I can please maintain 4,000 a day, I will feel much better about myself. So let's see. It looks like Melanie left us, but if not, you have a wonderful New Year's as well. I hope you're feeling better. And oh, yeah. I ended up on the weird side of Twitch. I figured there was a weird side of Twitch, but I also never figured that I would see it on that main page. But of course, when it's getting 16K views, because it's actually a music festival with huge headliners, that weird side gets there. Helene edited like 6 pages, but also had 60,000 words for the manuscript today. That's fantastic. I'm curious about what you write. If you want to share. I'm pretty sure you're new to the stream, so welcome. I hope you like and subscribe, and I stream at least 5 times a week, so I'm always here for you. And I write paranormal romance, but I appreciate everything. So yes, congratulations. Shadow wrote 97 words that time. Well done. 4,000 words a day is an insane goal for a lot of people. I know that. I don't know. I've been doing, this year was my 18th year doing NaNoWriMo. I do it every single year, and like obviously at the beginning it was difficult and then it became easy, but all the words I wrote were worthless. And over almost 2 decades of doing this, it's just like naturally trained me to write an insane amount of words a day, but also write pretty decent words. So yeah, I don't, and I'm sure that there are some people who will never be able to get that, and that's okay. Um, but I write romance, and of course, romance readers want as many books out as possible, so it works well for me. Um, I'm aiming. I would like to. We were talking. I mentioned before about like doing that like year end audit and planning for next year. I would like to publish eight books next year. Some of those being like novella length, of course. This year I had 5 full length novels. Is that right? Maybe only four full length novels, and 1 novelette. But I was also I was working last year, and part of my goal for this year is to make enough off of writing that I don't have to go back to my job in 3 months. Because I gave myself 6 months to make this happen, and I'm 3 months in. So, if that's the case, I think that's a reasonable goal for me. But we'll see. And you are writing fantasy. It's the first time that you finished the first draft of a book. That is such a huge accomplishment. And I'm really proud of everybody who gets there because again, like I said, like obviously I was writing before I started doing nano, but I did nano. I've done it for 18 years now. And I started when I was 22, and I don't think I finished my first book until. So I started doing nano in 2002. I don't think I finished my first book until like 2009 or 10. And of course now I finish books constantly. I can generally write a book in a month, but like that first finishing of a book, for me, it's a book that I will never publish. It's not a bad book. I think it's a good book. It's just not in the genre that I ended up writing in, and it's kind of a dead genre. But that first book took me like a decade to write, all told. And now I write a book in 2 weeks. So, so I remember that, and I don't miss it, but like it really does get so much easier after the first book. And of course, like I certainly after that first book, it wasn't like I was writing 2 books a month after that, but like that first book took me a decade, and the next few probably each took me like 2 years, and like it slowly worked out. So yeah, like it's a major accomplishment to finish that first one. It's once you get that first one down, it becomes so much easier. Okay, let's go ahead and get our last sprint in. We're going to go for 10 minutes this last time because I don't have a whole lot of run over time this time. But I will be back. Again, I'll be on my Twitch channel, which is linked below, on my personal YouTube channel, which is also linked below, later today, doing some gaming or baking and or sprinting. If you would like to join for that, I will be doing sprints tomorrow. I'm thinking around noon Eastern, which is about now, wherever you are. But I don't have it on the schedule because it's New Year's, so I'm playing it by ear. But I will definitely have sprints tomorrow. Let's go ahead and do this last sprint. Shadow, I get that, but writing this book for over a decade, I can't imagine not publishing after spending so much time perfecting it. I get it. That first book, it's weird to me too, but it just ended up not being the genre that I wanted to write. And it was the first book in a series that I didn't want to keep going on. So yes. Okay. I will see you guys in 10 minutes. Okay, that is time. I did get a bit of writing there. I had to do some research. So I had to go back into my story Bible, so to speak, which is an Excel spreadsheet to figure out some stuff. So I didn't get a huge count that time, but I got words. So I feel good about that. I got 175 words in 10 minutes. I am absolutely happy with that. Let me know how y'all did. I'm going to stretch and yawn. I apologize. Sorry about the yawns. I wish I wasn't like this all the time, but I am. So that is everything for Word Stitch today. Again, you're welcome to check me out on my Twitch and on my personal channel for whatever shenanigans I get into this afternoon. I'll probably be back on around 2. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, though. I wanted to game, and now I'm like, oh, I might want to do that baking. I don't know. We'll see. So, if I don't see you tonight, like I said, I'll be around tomorrow. If not, I will be doing the regular Monday show at 4 p.m. next week. I believe my guest this week is Natalia, who I haven't seen in a minute, so I'm excited to see her again. Courtney, I hope you have a good New Year's Eve as well. We're about to do the black eyed peas and collard green thing to, do the best we can to make it better next year. And Helene did 2 pages. That is fantastic for 10 minutes. Congratulations. Devin has just posted a bunch of streams that are happening today. So thank you for that, Devin. And Shadow got 67 words. Everything is coming in all now. That is awesome. Yeah, you guys have a great day. And if I don't see you again today, have a happy New Year. Oh, that's fantastic, Devin. Oh my God, you're like all of our personal assistant, and that's amazing because we all need that sometimes. Hurt. Okay. Yeah. Again, if I don't see y'all tonight, have a happy New Year, and I'll see you guys in 2021.